said, "We're falling."
I really don't know what to say about it other than I was scared for my life.
I thought that writ, and I just thought that writ, you know, really lights out. So.
Well, it was a normal day for us, okay? We were travelling down to London, and well, we'd never been down here before. So we were told about the London Eye, you know, the Millennium Eye got built 2000. So we're going to try it out and see what it was like.
Well, we hadn't really seen each other since the wedding, so we've been so busy with our jobs and that. And Ray just came home this one day and he said, "Right, I'm taking you to London." Well, I'd always wanted to go, and there were so many places I wanted to go, like, you know, Man and Two Swords and the Millennium Wheel. I so wanted to go on that. So we queued up. It were a bit chilly, but it were a nice day, like, and I had my camera ready. Ray were taking a mickey out of me, saying I looked like a bleeding tourist.
So we were boarding on like all the other passengers, got our bags checked, had the security checks and everything like that. And everything was going cool. Nice clear day. Halfway around, taking photos of London. I got to the top, right? And I heard this sort of rumbling. Thought nothing of it. And then it intensified. So much so that my entire body was shaking. I think that was mainly fear as well, perhaps, but I didn't know what was going to happen.
I thought it might be an earthquake or something. I mean, I'd never heard of really earthquakes in London, but I didn't really know what to do. I thought it might pass in a minute, so I held onto the rail and that, and then it just got worse. And everybody started screaming. I didn't know what to do. I mean, you hear all these stories, don't you? You know, about like terrorism and that, and bombs, but you never think it's going to happen to you.
There was this jerk. I could hear smashing glass from underneath us. And suddenly there was another big jerk. And everyone in the pub was screaming. Well, I looked at my wife. I didn't think I was going to see her again, and she was screaming and looking at me.
And then suddenly, like, the capsule that we were in, it tilted to one side really suddenly, and Ray fell over and he slid down to the bottom of the capsule, and I couldn't reach him. And I wanted to scream out to him, but nothing came out of my mouth. And I just said to him, "Ray, we're falling." And I just couldn't get hold of him, like, you know, and the screaming wouldn't stop. I was so frightened I didn't know what to do.
I was on my way to the Astoria because we had a gig, me and my band, and we were meeting somewhere near the London Eye, and we're waiting for the drummer because he's late as usual. Anyway, we're just standing there, we're like, what is going on? So we go close to the river, and
Just like the river swallowed itself. It was really, really bad. The river just turned into this giant whirlpool.
the floor started shaking. Everything was like an earthquake.
It was horrible.
We observed what can be described only as something of a vortex within the water.
You could see there was this massive hole where all the water was going through. 10 minutes, all the water was gone.
Responding to radio, Catstock proceeded towards London Eye to deal with a potential crisis situation. Personal testimony of navigator. For the record, I feel awkward of giving this. Agents appeared to be of somewhat more than human origin. Their abilities were beyond that of a normal person. Situation was rectified. As a navigator, I'm still unclear as to exactly what happened, and for the record, would not like to state what I saw. If you ask me as a layman, it was somewhat superhuman.
Well, the next thing I remember, right, was lifting sensation. And then flames.
I felt quite calm then, actually. Thought there was nothing I could do. And then, all of a sudden, we stopped falling. It was as if some sort of force was holding us up.
It was a flying man, covered in flames, from head to toe. I know, it sounds amazing, doesn't it? He was welding us back.
And then all of a sudden, I looked down at Ray and he'd got onto his feet. And we grabbed each other and I was so pleased he was all right because I thought I might lose him.
Well, when the eye was secure, everyone took a big, deep breath and realised that they were going to be okay.
And then the next thing was we heard the noise of helicopters. And this man, reaching his arm out, telling us all to come on board. Oh, I was so relieved. I can't begin to tell you.
And when you look back at the Thames, it was plain to see that, this big earthquake had ripped up the Thames and caused a bit of disturbance in the ground.
Anyway, as we were flying round, there was a lot of commotion down on the ground, lots of people standing around and everything. And then Ray pointed out, look down there. And where there was that hole in the Thames, there was this strange silver man come out on a skateboard.